Hi everyone, Linda Heldman here for Canadian Beats. I have with me on the phone today Nicole Rayy. Hi Nicole, how you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Well, thank you for taking the time to chat with us. It's very appreciated. Now, for those who don't know who Nicole Rayy is, she is a Canadian country music artist and songwriter. I want to emphasize the songwriting as well because you do an amazing job on that.
Thank you.
And you have just released your debut CD called Dig,
Yes.
and it came out on October 14th.
Yes, it did.
All
So
right.
excited.
Now, October has been an extremely busy month for you.
Yes, it has so far, and it's not even over, although I think it's a little calm before a new storm.
But that's a good thing, right?
Yes, I can never complain. I mean, I always say it's better to be busy than to be bored, so I definitely can't complain. I've had a lot going on this month with the release of my brand new album, and of course, we just got back from China, and so it's just been craziness for the last while.
Absolutely. So, speaking of China, that wasn't your first trip over to China. You've been there a couple of times.
Yeah, so I've actually visited China a few times now, four, I think, or am I up to five? I'm losing count. But it was actually my second time performing there. So I performed there last year in Shanghai at the World Music Festival. And really great crowd response from the fans out there, and they invited me to come back this year. So I was really excited to go back to China and be able to be part of that festival again.
That's good. That's good. When you think of country music, you don't normally think of China as being a hot zone for country music. So,
No, definitely not. Like, and I wouldn't have ever imagined that they love it as much as they do over there. But they definitely enjoy their country music as much as we do.
that's great. That is just fantastic. So you also did a CD release party, and that was in Winnipeg.
Yeah, yeah, we did that in Winnipeg at the Cowboys bar there, which is a place I've been playing a lot lately. I've been going out to Winnipeg a lot because I'm working with a manager, Janice Startup, who's out of Winnipeg. So I've
Mm-hmm.
been spending a lot of time there and spending a lot of time with the musicians there. And so we just thought it'd be a perfect place to do the CD release.
Mm-hmm. And you had proceeds going to a charity there. Now,
Yes, yes. So all proceeds from the night went to the Manitoba NF support group. And so Janice's nephew actually has NF, and it's a disease that like not a lot of people know about. So it's tumors grow on nerve endings throughout the body. And I've learned a lot about it through Janice and her nephew, and also one of my best friends in the world, his grandfather has NF. And so we just wanted to do something to get people talking about it, raise awareness, and obviously just support it the best we could and donate all the funds to support Manitoba NF.
that's really good. That's really good. You say NF, but we should state it's Manitoba Neurofibromatosis Support Group.
Yes, thank you
And
for being the one to say it because I get tongue tied a little bit every time I try to say the whole thing.
believe me, I've run through that a few times this morning just to make sure that I pronounced it right.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. I've practiced it a lot.
And I read on one of your updates that you raised $4,000.
Yes, yes. I think we're still cashing in a couple of last minute donations, people that couldn't make it that wanted to donate. But yeah, right now we're up over just over $4,000. So I
That's
couldn't be happier. That's just so great that we were able to raise that much money for them.
that is great. That is great. It's so nice to see communities come together and support something really worthwhile. And
Yeah, and it was a great night. I mean, people just coming to support not only that, but to support my music. It was a really great night.
well, let's talk about your music.
Yeah.
Your first single off Dig was "Don't," which
And
got
actually, it was Slow and Arrow was the very
was
first one.
it? Oh,
And then
okay.
we had Don't.
I'm really familiar with Don't because that's the one that I seem to have heard the most. And
Yes, because that was the most recent one. Yeah, so that one we did a big video for in Winnipeg, and that one we released in the spring, and it's been getting some really great responses. I'm so glad everyone loves that song as much as I do.
And then this month, Dig was released as the next single.
Yes.
And how is that doing at radio right now?
It's been doing really great. I've gotten a few notices in the past few days of people playing it as their new song of the day or new at 2 that they have on a lot of stations. So it's just really great. I'm so thankful for the support I've been getting for this new music and all my new singles I've been putting out to radio. And I love all the songs that I record and I write. They're just like my little babies, and so it's nice when they go out there just to see them do well and to see people appreciate them as much as I do.
I totally understand that. They do feel like babies. I've dabbled in some songwriting and I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now there are 10 songs, 10 tracks on the CD. Did you write every one of them?
Almost. So our first 2 singles, so Bow and Arrow and Don't, actually came to me through Shane Barrett, who has a publishing company in Nashville, and I just totally fell in love with those songs, and they said something in a way that I would totally say them, which is why I felt like I could really portray that message right and put it on my CD. But the rest of the songs I did have a hand in co-writing. I actually went down to Nashville back in 2014 and started doing the writing for this album, and I was able to co-write with a lot of really, really great writers. Brian White, Patricia Conroy, Brian Dunkers, just to name a few, and it was a really great experience. I mean, for my first album, I wrote a lot of songs on my own, and so this time it was really great to be able to collaborate with people on the writing.
I love everybody seems to write with Patricia when they go to Nashville.
I know, she's so much fun. I want to go back and write with her again. She's great.
Yeah, I love her. I love her. We've had some good conversations when she's been at the CMAOs or the CCMAs, and she's just a beautiful, beautiful person.
Oh, totally agree. She's wonderful.
I've listened to. I'll tell you, I've listened through this CD probably, oh gosh, 10 times or more.
Oh, yay!
I love it. I really love it. There's
Oh, thank you.
you and actually I read a quote for an article that was written, and I totally agree with this. You had made a statement that the album is a whole new level of honesty and emotion.
Yes.
And I can, for anyone who hasn't listened to this yet, that is the best way to describe it. It is. There are songs that make you feel so good. There are songs that make you kind of sad, and but everything has a very, you can hear the honesty in it. You can feel the emotion. And it's a wonderful, wonderful piece of work. Just I
Well,
love
thank
it.
you very much. That's a huge compliment, and of course, that's exactly what I'm trying to portray with my music. I've always said from the start that I want to be honest with my lyrics and what I'm trying to say through my music, and I feel like this really even stepped that up a notch from my first album, and I'm just so glad that it's coming across that way to the
Yeah.
listeners as well.
Yeah. I think there's, well, like we've talked about Bow and Arrow and Don't and Dig, and songs that are on this album that others may not have heard yet. Um, Run Baby Run is an awesome tune. I like that. It's just got a great feel to it.
I know. I always feel like I'm running through like the desert with like tumbleweeds going by when I listen to the vibe of that song.
And one that hits me uh, kind of funny, like I actually laugh when I listen to the lyrics of it, is Done with This Town.
Right? So
Yeah.
funny.
Because it's just, yeah, I just, those are two that really stand out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
song was so much fun to write. I wrote that with my producer Doug Romano and Jane Bach, who's out of Nashville, and yeah, we were just laughing the whole time. It was super super fun song.
Well, I hope we've got people's curiosity up about that so that they'll go
Yes.
upload your this whole album and be able to hear it. It's great. So what does the rest of the year have in store for you?
Well, November is looking pretty busy for me. I'm actually going to be spending a lot of time in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm spending all November there. I'm playing a bunch of shows in Winnipeg. And like I said, I've just been working pretty closely with some of the musicians out there. So it'll just be nice to be in town and be around them, be able to practice and work on the stuff we've been working on. Also heading back to Nashville. I know in the winter, I think we're heading down in January or February to do some more writing. So looking forward to that too. It's always on to the next thing. And also we have another brand new single coming out in January. So looking forward to that too. And I think we're going to do a video for that one too. So that'll be fun. I love doing music videos.
That's great. Yes, yes, the video process is a lot of fun. I've been a part of a couple of them, and I mean, there's a lot of hurry up and wait, but
Yes.
going going through the process is always a really really enjoyable experience.
Yes,
So,
totally agreed. I mean, I've had some long days with videos, but in the end, it's always so much fun, and it's great to work with everyone and just see the final product when it's all together.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I will let you get back to your busy day, but I do thank you so very much for taking the time to talk with me.
Well, thank you too. This was so great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. We've been chatting with Nicole Rayy, and please pick up Dig on iTunes, and hard copy is available as well online.
Yes, on my
Okay,
website, or just find me and run into me, and I got copies for
great,
you.
great. Definitely check it out, and if she plays at a town at an event near you, please go see her. She is amazing on stage as well as her recordings. All right, thank you, Nicole,
Thank
and
you so much.
and this has been Linda Heldman with Canadian Beats.